Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. How's everyone? I hope you're good. Actually, I haven't done a tutorial in quite some time, so I thought I would do something. And recently I've been making these flowers. They're just fabric flowers, and I thought they were just cute enough to maybe show how I did them. Other people are doing them too. I've seen other crafters do them. So, it's nothing original, but they are rather cute, and they each have like a few pieces of material that becomes the petals in the flower. And then I put a little, button on top, or even if you want to put some bling or something else, you can as well. So once I have the petals on, then I might put on a button or a little diamond on it, or a bead, or whatever you would like to put on. And they just look great in a journal. Okay, so here I have something. Let me see. Okay, let's try this page. So once you put it on, either on the top or wherever you would like to put it, it just looks really, really cute, and I love it. So even right on the top, in the middle, however you would like, on a pocket, anywhere, it looks really good. So let me show you what you will need to get these done. First of all, I start with scraps fabric, whatever I might have left over. And then I cut that up into little petals, so it looks like that. And then the next step is to sew the petals, a few of them together, however you wish, whatever colors. And another one here. And then after that, I complete them with either a little diamond stud or a button or whatever you would like to put on. So basically you don't need too much for this. You would just need some thread and a needle to sew them up, and your scissors, of course, and buttons, and if you would like some of these studs as well. So let me show you where we will start. So it's quite simple, really. We're just, I'm just going to put these away and start from scratch on these. I'll just put these over here for now. Okay, so you want to start off with a piece of fabric where you might have a little square. So I could probably cut this right in the middle, and then I might even put it like this and cut it right in the middle here and over here. So I might, this way I'll get a few done at the same time, and then in the middle here. Okay, so I have these. This I have left over. I love using this golden one. I did sew something, it was too big, so I cut off the edge, and I'm gonna try and be able to use this. Let me see. So again, you're looking for a little square, and like this. Okay, so you have a bunch of these, and then whatever else you would like. Really, it doesn't matter what you're using, just as long as you get these initial little squares to use. Okay, so I like anything to do with flowers, of course, most people do, and they look really sweet in anything that you're creating. And let's get some pink over here. Let's see, this one is folded every which way, but let's see if we can get some little squares out of this. Of course, it has squares on it already. Okay. And if you don't get exact squares, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but try to. It'll just be easier. And let's do a little bit of this. And this one is quite long. And I know it's not, maybe it's not interesting watching me cut up little pieces of this, but this is basically what you're doing. Now, even with some kind of lace or something, you can do the same thing. Ribbon. So we have some of that and a little bit smaller piece. I like putting any like ribbon or lace into it. It just gives a little more. So anyways, let's try with these. And then we can continue later on with those. Okay, so we just folded these ones up and we'll just continue cutting as much as you would like and into whatever sizes that you feel you would like to have. So here's a little bit smaller ones. And let's see if we can get a couple of these. Sometimes if it's thinner material, it might be a little bit flimsy, but you might still be able to get around it. And if it's not in a perfect shape, don't worry about it. So just gonna go this way. Let me see if we got something. Well, it's a little bit on the long side, so I'm not sure if we can fold it back up and see if we can just cut up a little bit more on this side. A little bit more like this. So you can always fix it, or you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. So now these ones I'm going to cut one by one because they're just a little bit thicker and a little bit harder to handle. So I'm just going right around the edges, and then let me see if we got anything. Oh, we got something. That's good. And then okay, so we got one here, and let's do one more on that one, a little bit bigger. So you're holding the corner and then cutting around the best that you can. Okay, so we have a few things here that we can now deal with. And let's, oh, I forgot this one here, the nice pink one. Let's do a couple of these. Just because I really like it. Of course, it has some sparkly in it, and I'm good with that. So I'm gonna fold it and cut it up to the center. Okay, so this one didn't cut out. Let me just shape it a little bit more. Okay, so we have a couple of these. All right, so now you can put them together however you think it might go best. Let's see if we can do, I usually do 3 petals, but you can do more. I mean, it doesn't say anywhere that it must be. And that it must be, you know, 3 or 2 or whatever you wish to do. And let's put this one here, center. And oh, we forgot the blue, so let's see what we can do with the blue here. And looks like these will end up with only 2. But that's okay too. So now you're going to need your needle and thread. I did get some thread off the spool here while somebody walked in on me the second time while I'm filming. And let me see if we can get this through here. And I usually do use like a longer piece of thread so that, you know, I'm not changing it every 2 seconds. Let me see if I can get a little. And going on the bottom, I can't. Okay, so I'm trying to get a thing on the bottom going here. so that, you know, when you are sewing it up, it doesn't come right out, because it might. So let's go with this one. Let me see. And a little button here. Try to put it in the center, but you know, however far you can put it in. Let me see. That's the thing with having it long. Sometimes it does like to catch on the other side, but we will try and manage. And sometimes I sew up the pieces, as you can see over here. I've done some, and I didn't sew the button on at the same time, because I don't know yet what I'm doing with it, whether I want a button or I want something else on it, beads or something else. So I didn't sew it up right away, but just for the time's sake, I will do it right away here. And I only do it twice. It's not necessary for, you know, that many times for that to go through. And then, of course, when you come to the other side, you want to make a knot on here as well, so that the thread doesn't come out. And this is my knot. Okay, and then I will just snip this off, and we have one flower there finished. Let's do another one. Okay, so another one, let's see, let's go with this one, and let's see what kind of button we might put on. I know it really doesn't matter if you want to go with something lighter, you know, you can always figure it out. Let's go with this smaller one here. But it really basically doesn't matter, whatever buttons you might have around the house, or, you know, in your, oops, I went into the same buttonhole. So let's go over here if we can find it. Let me see. Of course, that is the hardest part, trying to get into the right buttonhole. So okay, so here's your second one, and let's do that little knot on the back. So it doesn't really take a lot of time or effort. It's just, you know, getting to it and finding all your supplies and so on. So let's go with this one. This one I'm just going to sew it, and then I'm going to glue one of the shiny beads on there. So I'm just really stitching wherever, it doesn't matter, as long as it's together. I might put 2 or 3 on this one. Let me see, maybe one more, just to make sure that it stays put. And do the knot for this one. I'm trying to do some kits. I did put these into a couple of kits that I will put into my shop this afternoon. And so on this one, of course, if you want a little bead of the shiny, and you can put a bit of glue on that too, to make sure that it stays a little bit better. But here you go. So that's this one. And let's do a couple more. Let's see if I have some beads also that I can show you. So I did find some beads, and I'm just going to try and see if this will go on. So let me go into this first and then put the bead on. Let's see how that will work. Of course, if you don't get, you know, tangled up, but we're doing okay, I think. and maybe once more, just to make sure the bead stays. Now you can use whatever size bead you would like, but I just want something small here, not to overpower the flower, because this is a small one with only 2 petals. And but you can use whatever you have handy. Sorry, it's going all over the place. Okay, stop jumping. Alrighty, there we go. Oops, sorry. Okay, so there's this one with a little bead. And let's do one more with a bead. First, we need that knot on here. And let me see, we're going to go in from the bottom. And let's see if we can get more beads on this one, maybe more than one. Oh, this one doesn't want to go over the needle. So let me try with a little bit larger bead, but you don't want anything too big, because, you know, it's going to sit on a page in a journal, and we don't want it to be too large either. But let's say if you do have a larger one, you could set it more towards the top, but I'm not going to do humongous ones anyways. I do see the thread a little bit here. Oh, sorry. I do see the thread a little bit here, but not too much. Not too much, so we're okay. Now let's finish up this one. Okay. There's another one, and we'll do one more with a button. So let me see. The shiny buttons usually have this thicker hole, and they might just sit like that, and again, it might be just too thick for your journal. So let's see some other button. Well, that looks okay to me. So let's get the thread through this one. So it's this is actually very relaxing. It's not very hard, and it's not, you know, a lot of work or a lot of steps to it. So it's a bit more relaxing. Sometimes crafting, as much as we love it, it can be also very stressful, and sometimes there's a lot of different steps to it and so on, and we get anxious about it, you know, how it's going to turn out. So this one is actually a rather more calming little tidbit to do. So we have this one, let me show you them, and one with a bead, and a couple more here with buttons, and then one over here and with a bead, and one with a stud on it, and I call it a stud. And these are from before that I made. So these are the little fabric flowers with buttons or clusters or whatever you want to call them, that I wanted to show you how to make quickly. It's not very difficult, so I hope you give it a try at some point, and have a good day doing it. I appreciate you coming back and checking on my channel. Thank you again. It's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Take care. Bye-bye.